Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Transform your life. Don't take anything personally. When you refuse to take things personally, you avoid many upsets in your life. Your feelings of anger, jealousy, and even sadness will simply disappear if you don't take them personally. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 120, NASDAQ off 26, S&P's off 16.5, gold contract up $15.10, trading at $15.52 an ounce. You have silver. Quite a move in silver, folks. Up 49 cents, almost 50. It's 49.9. $18.14, wide price spread, huge volume behind the move. Silver's on its way up to this $21 level. Light sweet crude up $1.33, $54.97. Light sweet crude got some price going, no juice behind it. Light sweet crude to me is still going down to this $50 level. Notes and bonds, whole different, well, it's not a whole different ball game. It's the same ball game that notes and bonds have been doing for quite some time. Higher price, lower yield. You have the 10-year was up 14 ticks, 131.07. 30-year up 1 point plus 23 ticks. Remember, there's 32 ticks in 1 point. 166.26. Monster move out there. King dollar. King dollar down 49 ticks, trading 97.940. What King dollar's down out here is that it got above, well, it got in a higher trading range again. Once it went over 97.715. That happened last week. Then you came off those highs last week, monster volume, broke down. Well, it didn't break down, broke low with volume. Yesterday, pops right over the 97.715. That's the battle line once again inside of King dollar. Today, sideways move, stayed above it though. Euro, the euro's at 110, the pound is at 122, and the yen is at 105.78. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. Now, in the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? If we take a look at the future first, what you have out here, folks, I suspected that we just set up a nice potential ABC structure in the way down. And this is what we did. So if we take a look at this, you know, last Friday, you get down from 29.36 to 28.34. Sunday night, we traded down to 28.10. Yesterday, as we finished up, you had a nice bounce, 28.88. What do we get? You get 28.99 today, and then you closed under the highs of yesterday. And we closed under those highs by 20 points in the S&P future, so it's a big number. That sets up a run down to 27.75. And I suspect this run is right now. That's what we're talking about. And this is why. So if we go over to the S&Ps, the SPY, and take a look at the SPY, what you're going to see is this. The SPY, we came down on Friday with 149 million shares. You went up yesterday with 72 million. The SPY got to a higher high today. We got to 289.95. You had a contraction of volume. So what we had out here, even though we have negative numbers, when you look at the out of time in the trade, you went to a higher high, you had a contraction of volume, and you couldn't hold price. That's a classic probability of an ABC structure on the way down. What that would set up a run inside the SPY. Let me see this, 293, yeah, $10. So 279. And 279 would take us below the lows of the 5th, which would make sense, by the way, because we're looking at the SPY now versus the futures. When we did the futures, you remember, it was the 6th that had the low because that was an overnight low. But bottom line, this is saying we're going to be barreling down into that area. Now, what we did do out here, at the beginning of the show, I was saying to you, we came into this close out here, and they were selling into this close. That's a little problem child. We take a look at the 3 Qs. What you're going to see with the 3 Qs, bottom line, we'll break this down here. And, you know, you're going to see that there was some good selling coming into this close. The Qs went from 184.97 to 184.43 in 10 minutes, okay? Big number. The small caps were the most dramatic. There's no two ways about that. These small caps, man, they're dumping these things left and right. The small cap The IWM went from 145.40 to 144.85, and then as they're getting the net asset value inside here, they threw $3.4 million into the small caps. The IWM closed at its lows, and so the IWM, the way the IWM is set up right now, folks, is that the IWM can jump the creek tomorrow. So what does jumping the creek mean? Okay, so what you have is this. You've had a consolidation that's been in place for quite some time inside the small caps. So I bring this back. Your consolidation started in January. So we're at the end of August, right? So you had a consolidation. The lows of this consolidation are $145 and change, you know, and let's say 144.80, somewhere like that. Well, we're at 144.85, and what you did is you barreled into this area with price and volume, and it's always dangerous to stop right at the area, meaning at the end of the day, which we did. Why? Get some rest. They wake up in the morning. If you jump the creek, and jumping the creek would mean you just open your gap, open lower, like point and a half, whatever that is, your probability goes much higher that it's going to be a nasty day. And what the small caps have, they're to me, they look like the first ones that are going to be down into these lows that were established out here in December. And we're talking about the IWM, you're talking about 20 points lower than where we are right now. Now, that might seem like a lot, but guess what? We're already down 16 points in 4 weeks. So another 20 points is not a monster move. Silver, let's go take a look at the silver market. Silver caught quite a bit out here. They basically whipped this market up pretty good. Silver has a wide price spread out here, has the volume behind the move, 102,000 contracts. Silver's making its way up to the highs of 2016, which is the $21 and change number. It's a big number. You'll hear a lot about tonight because the yield curve is absolutely inverted now. You know, I talked about Monday. We were talking about you had one of the Peter Navarro. Yeah, Peter Navarro come out and said the factually the yield curve didn't invert last week, and it absolutely factually did. I showed everyone how it did. Well, guess what? I have a hard time saying that right now because it not only inverted now, right? It closed inverted. So the 10-year right now is 1.474, and the 2 is 1.520. As an inversion, that's just the opposite. So this is inverted, meaning that the 10-year is paying less interest than the 2-year. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.